All right, back live in New York. How about that improvement shown by quarterback Joe Pisarcik? The way he covered up as the first half ended. Nice going, Joe. Let's take you around the league right now. All of the scores. On Thursday, Dallas 37, Washington 10. The other Thanksgiving Day game, Detroit upset Denver 17-14, and Al Davis is still celebrating in Oakland. Cleveland leading Los Angeles 10-6 in the second. Great goal line stand by the Browns just moments ago in that game. Atlanta driving for a wild card. Leads New Orleans 10-7 in the second. The game you're watching, the Giants, as Jimmy the Greek predicted, leading Buffalo 10-7 at the half. The Jets trail Miami 6-3 in the second. Minnesota and Green Bay battling for first in the NFC Central. The Vikes lead it by a field goal. And Philadelphia and St. Louis are scoreless in St. Louis in the first. And we have Tampa Bay and Chicago also scoreless in the first. And so San Diego and Kansas City, they haven't put up a point either. Now, as you all know, the Heisman Trophy winner is going to be announced here in New York on Tuesday afternoon. Now, we have said that Irv Cross can't vote for the NFL today, College Player of the Year, simply because he's in the Heisman voting. So we had our own panel, and they voted this morning, and Colleen Kalibas tallied up all the votes for us, and she now has them inside an envelope, and we'll find out who's going to win. Greek, who do you make the favorite?
Charles White of Southern Cal.
All right. Now, if you win it, you get an autographed picture of Jane Kennedy. Second prize for our College Football Player of the Year is a replica of the Greek's gold chain. Third prize, Irv, you got to send them a used warm-up T-shirt from the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. Third place in the T-shirt goes to Billy Sims of Oklahoma. And second prize goes to the favorite, Charles White of USC. And the College Football Player of the Year, according to a select panel of NFL Today voters, quarterback Rick Leach of Michigan. Jane, maybe he'll wind up someday in the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio.
I'm going to send my picture to who I voted for. Johnny Blood, Mel Hine, Red Grange, three names from the past who helped make pro football great. Well, last Monday, they were in Canton, Ohio to help dedicate a new wing at the Hall of Fame. And Irv was there to talk to them about the difference in the game over the past 50 years.
For the men enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, today's game differs radically from theirs of natural grass and deflated footballs and non-inflated salaries.
Well, everything moves faster because they're not playing as much time. They get rest in between so that they're traveling at a higher velocity. I don't think the game is any more interesting to the people now than it was then. I remember we played in 1929 at the Polo Grounds in New York and beat New York for the championship. And there were 50,000 people there at the game, and they were just as excited then as they are now.
Pro football in the 1970s was polished and slick, but there was a time when the sport was fashioned of canvas and leather, and men played for pennies instead of dollars. These old-timers were as tough as the anthracite coal they mined, but few weighed over 200 pounds or measured up to today's standards.
You see these big necks now on the linemen. We never had that. And the days when I was playing 60 minutes with the Giants, our average all-pro lineman weighed, say, like about 210, 15 pounds. And now that weight can't play in the line in professional football.
In my day, you were in for 60 minutes. And if you were taken out of a game in those days, you'd want to fight the coach because it meant you were playing bad football. We did not have face masks. I think the greatest identity to any football player in my day, take his two front teeth out. That proves he is a football player.
Red Grange, the Wheaton Iceman, the Galloping Ghost, was the greatest player of his day, and thousands came to see him transform pro football into a major league sport. He once played 8 games in 11 days, for in his time, the coaches, not the players, ruled pro football.
If he'd say, go and jump off that roof, if it's 3 stories high, you would go and jump off the roof. You wouldn't say, Coach, why do I have to do this? I have not seen a new football play, though, Irv, since I was in high school.
You mean after all these years, there's nothing new?
No, I think there's only so many things you can do with 11 men.
Johnny Blood, Mel Hine, and Red Grange, men in old leather, a style and a time that has gone forever.
Those were the glorious days then. Right now, Los Angeles and Cleveland and the Rams have just given up this touchdown. You're watching the replay. Greg Pruitt for 6 points for the Browns, and the score was 10-6, so it is at least 16-6. We'll keep you up to date on the extra point. Back as the NFL Today continues on CBS after these messages from your local stations. 52 seconds now left in the half in Cleveland. The Browns added the extra point, so they lead the Rams right now by a count of 17-6. Let's take a look at some of the action from early in the game. Pat Hayden here on the play action gets to Willie Miller on the screen. Dick Ambrose makes him cough it up, and Mitchell recovers for the Browns. Now here is Brian Sipe pulling back. Has protection, throws the ball. Newsome makes a marvelous catch, the rookie from Alabama. Now watch Newsome again on the end around. Gets good pulling block by number 65 and streaks in. Now here's the play in which Lawrence McCutcheon was injured. The legs are split out. It's a pulled hamstring, and he is lost for this game. He was helped off the sidelines, and again a pulled hamstring. John Capoletti now, the fullback, going right straight ahead, down to the 2-yard line, but the Browns defense really stiffened, and then they blocked Frank Corral's field goal. So again, inside of a minute, Irv, and it is 17-6, the Browns dominating the first half of that game. Now here's the touchdown again that you just saw moments ago. Greg Pruitt plowing right straight ahead, and then they added the extra point, 17-6.
Keeping an eye on the game in Atlanta, Ben, it's about a minute and 32 seconds right now to go in halftime, and the Atlanta Falcons trail the New Orleans Saints by a score of 14-10. And remember, New Orleans is trying to avenge an earlier loss to the Falcons in New Orleans. Steve Bartkowski, number 10 here, goes to work right away, hitting number 44, Bubba Bean, for down on the 35-yard line. Bartkowski again hands off to Haskell, stand-back, touchdown. Atlanta takes a 7-0 lead. Biggest play of the game, Brent. Archie Manning taking a run here to hand off to Chuck Muncie, going back to Larry Hardy. He waltzes in 71 yards. They tied the game at that point 7-7. Right now, with a minute and about 25 seconds left to go in the half, New Orleans leads 14-10.
Okay, Irv, I guess regardless of what happens to Joe Pisarcik the rest of his professional career, he will remain forever a legend here in New York because of what happened last week. He started off for the Giants today with a hot hand, and he hit this touchdown pass to Al Dixon, and the Giants broke out on top by 7. Pisarcik then trying to move the club in again from inside the 40, but this pass was picked off, and it was a neat catch there by number 57, Lucius Sanford of the Buffalo Bills, coming out to the 36. First and goal, Curtis Brown scoring. That tied the game, but the Giants have kicked a field goal, and they took the lead 10-7. And there's Joe Pisarcik covering up, no handoff, no fake, and down he went. I'll tell you, one of the sad commentaries about that play really is that Joe Pisarcik needed a police escort outside of the stadium. I found that to be absolutely absurd. He went into hiding for a couple of days. No matter how bad that play was, we don't need that. But anyway, let's send you back to Buffalo and Pat Summerall.
We're at Rich Stadium, Orchard Park, New York, just outside Buffalo, the home of the Buffalo Bills, where the host team trails the Giants 10-7. Another full half to go. The Giants have a touchdown pass from Pisarcik to Dixon, a field goal by Danilo. And they hold that lead, and we have another half.